Well, good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another TravelMole broadcast. And I'm delighted this morning to have with me a young man who is looking after an extremely nice product, a luxury product. Was originally and still is heavily based in Canada, but they have some expansion plans, which we can talk about in a minute. But good morning, Stephen Harris from Rocky Mountaineer.
Morning, Graham. Thank you for having me.
Good. Stephen, it must have been a fallow period, I would think, for Rocky Mountaineer the last year and a bit, and perhaps even longer, year and 8 and 6 months. What's the latest on Rocky Mountaineer? Are you rolling yet?
Yeah, the good news is we are this week. We restarted Rocky Mountaineer operations in Canada from Vancouver. Started on Monday this week, doing our first passage to the west, which is our journey from Vancouver up to Banff via overnight stop in Kamloops. So yeah, it was some challenges with the restart with the recent heat in Canada. There was some difficulties operationally wise starting, which we didn't account for. But yes, we're good news is we're back up. We're back running. Say after October 2019 was the last time that Rocky Mountaineer run a train with paying guests on board. So like the whole industry, it's been an extremely challenging time. So really pleased to see us back moving this year.
So it's not far short of 2 years, in effect, that you would have been off the tracks.
Absolutely. Yeah.
In that time, have you just spent polishing the brass and painting the green on the trains, or have you been working on, safety measures, perhaps even expansion of routes, planning?
Yeah, all of the above, Graham. We've worked on a lot in terms of our what the operation would look like to ensure that when we restart Rocky Mountaineer, it was a safe environment for our guests and the team on board our trains. Obviously, health and safety is priority at Rocky Mountaineer. So we've got a range of safety measures in light of COVID. We have rapid testing the day prior to departure for all guests and the team on board the trains. In our gold leaf cars, we've got in the restaurant, which is the lower level of the car, there's divided glass screens now between the tables, and more spacing on the train as well. If it's a group of people on the train, there's more spacing available throughout the train. Obviously, we can control how long the train sets are, so it enables us to give some quite good social distance. And then air filtration systems, we've got an excellent air filtration system that removes 99.9% of all bacteria in the air, and also pumps, more importantly, fresh air into all the cars as well. So yeah, there's a lot going on the safety measures and improvements on the onboard service as well in light of COVID, but also mainly to ensure that both our guests, what we do well is inviting guests on board our train and showing them the best parts of Western Canada, traveling through the Rockies. So we're excited to get back to doing what we do well at. So yeah, but also you mentioned as well, through the season, we've worked hard with our partners in developing how we can support them for future seasons into whatever 21 ends looks like, or certainly for 2022 for the UK market. But we're excited that we're launching our new US route next month, 15th of August, which is something that's been on cards for quite a while at Rocky Mountaineer. Is a new route that we've got from Denver down to Moab in Utah. So again, another 2-day journey, basically the US Rockies and the national parks. It's a really exciting and beautiful route. So we're looking forward to welcoming guests on that route shortly.
And practically speaking, as far as international travel is concerned, you would think that the travel trade. I know Rocky Mountaineer is a trade-friendly product, but you would think it's more likely now you'd be taking bookings for 2022 when hopefully we will be through all this pandemic and we'll be having slightly easier travel through the borders. Is that the case?
Very much so, yeah. For the UK market in particular, and Europe, we're starting to see some bookings. Europe comes under myself and my team's jurisdiction as well. So, but certainly from the UK, it's 2022 bookings, and for Rocky Mountaineer as a global operator, the UK market is our #1 market right now for 2022. So, bookings are very strong for 22 and have been very strong for the last few months actually. So we are really pleased with how the bookings and the rebookings are coming in for 2022, which obviously helps not only Rocky Mountaineer, our trade partners as well. And, you know, the demand for Canada doesn't seem to have waned through this period. So, you know, I think a lot of guests are looking to that longer luxury bucket list itinerary that they've always wanted to do, and I think the COVID situation has also accelerated that. It makes you appreciate what you can and can't do through this period.
Good. So we've got a situation where we've got very clean, safe trains. They're going through fantastic scenery. They're going through the Rockies. They now are coming down the Red Rocks in Arizona and Utah and so on. So it's a fantastic sounding product. What is the experience like on board? And as I understand it, it's not like a lot of others. You don't sleep on board. You actually get off the train and you've got you go and sleep in a hotel.
Correct.
You can give me a little summary of what life would be like if I went on one of your trips.
Sure, certainly. So it's the same for whether it's Canadian or our new US route. You're absolutely right, Graham. One of the misconceptions is that you sleep on board Rocky Mountaineer. You don't. You know, we operate a 2-day and a 3-day journey in Canada and a 2-day journey in the US. But from the off, we're an all-day service. So, you know, glass domed cars, whether you travel in our Silverleaf or our Gold Leaf cars, which are the 2-deck cars, so our flagship cars. Fantastic panoramic views throughout the journey. You're on board with our excellent hosts. It's all inclusive on the train, so you'll serve breakfast and lunch, snacks throughout the journey, and complimentary beverages as well, both non-alcoholic and alcoholic throughout the journey. One of the great parts of Rocky Mountaineer and what we're renowned for is the storytelling. So from start to finish, our train hosts do an amazing job of explaining the route, explaining the scenery, the history of the journey that the guests are enjoying. And yeah, the scenery is spectacular. So on our 2-day route, we if it's Canada, for example, we overnight in Kamloops, which is where our main rail yard is actually. So it's a rail-to-road town, quite authentic Rockies, a Rocky town. Great choice of hotels, bars, and restaurants. So for an overnight stay, guests can certainly enjoy a good dining experience from all budgets in the town, and then they board the train the following day, usually 7:30 in the morning. Breakfast is served on board the train, and then obviously throughout the journey, whichever direction you're traveling in, whether it's up to Banff or down to Vancouver, if you're traveling east or westbound, you know, and again, full day breakfast, lunch served, and all the storytelling until you reach the final destination, say whether it be Banff in Canada or Jasper, or you know, if you're going in the right direction down to Vancouver. And the same with the US route, the Rockies to the Red Rocks. It's we operate in either direction, so guests can board in Denver, overnight in Denver, enjoy the facilities of all what Denver has to offer, then board the train for a journey down to Glenwood Springs. We overnight in Glenwood Springs. Again, great choice of hotels and restaurants we're offering for the journey. And then guests, if they're traveling from Denver, board the train down to Moab. And again, so you're right in the heart of the national park area of the US. And as I say, that operates from next month. And then from Moab, as I say, you've got the national parks, hence the reason we're operating there. But you've also we've got packages and self-drive options or transfers down to Vegas. So again, great option to enjoy all what Vegas has to offer, either pre or post the Rocky Mountaineer. So there's a range of packages that we can offer built around the train for both Canada and our US products. So you can book just the rail only, the 2-day rail journey with us, or you can book a package through Rocky Mountaineer.
Marvelous. Well, Stephen, if travel agents want more information, presumably you have a website, which is the best place to go.
Absolutely, yep. RockyMountaineer.com. There's a link on there to our agent portal as well. So obviously, guests can, if they're not already on our agent portal, they can request through the agent through the main website. They can request to have sign in, and the UK team, we can log those travel trade partners in as quickly as possible. And yeah, there's the full range of information on our website for trade partners as well, whether it be health and safety protocol, or just our 2-day journey route, explaining more about our silver leaf, gold leaf cars, and the journeys that the guests can enjoy. Failing that, obviously, we're at hand here in the UK with my team here in the UK can answer any questions or help support our trade partners as well.
Marvelous. Well, Stephen, I wish you the very best of luck over the next couple of months, and also the launch of the Denver Glenwood Springs Mohab route. And I look forward to perhaps enjoying it myself one day. Thank you very much.
Absolutely, Glenn. You're welcome. You're always welcome on board. Let me know.
Good. Cheers. Bye.
Bye.